Hi there guys, thanks so much for checking out this video. My name is Cadence and I recently got a set of HIMI Gouache paints, and I know I'm super late to the party with this one, but I thought I'd do a bit of an unboxing and first impressions video, as I like to do with some of the more widely talked about brands of art supplies. I will caveat this by saying that I'm not a professional painter or super experienced with gouache, but it might be helpful if you are an amateur as well or just want to see what the set offers. The video is also not affiliated or sponsored by the brand at all, so all opinions are my own. So this is the HIMI Twin Cup Jelly Gouache 36 colour paint set. There's minimal information provided on the outer packaging. There's a brief description of what's included, quite a nice colour chart, and a bit of information about the company. This case is a lovely pastel blue shade, but there are different colours available, and I really do like the case. It's a lovely colour, it's a good size, it's quite pleasing to hold, it's very weighty, it just feels nice. I do think that the aesthetic has probably contributed to its popularity. It's very simple but executed nicely. Kind of has that like bento lunchbox feel, which I think probably also appeals to a lot of people. It's very nice. The lid of the case is secured really well on all four sides, and the snap on and off is very satisfying. Inside, I was a little surprised to see there was a separate palette. I had assumed that it would be part of the lid, like many other paint sets. Then we have a swatch card with all the names and numbers of the paints in the same order as they are laid out in the palette. There are 3 brushes that come with the set, which is a nice extra. I have found that often brushes that come in sets like this aren't usually that great quality, but at least that means there is a decent sized area that you can store your own brushes in if you prefer not to use the ones that it comes with. The paints are all in little plastic cups with peel-off lids, like little mini yogurt pots. The set has twin colours, so the pot is split in half with a different colour in each side, but you can get sets where the full cup is just one colour. I started off by taking all the paints out and just making sure I kept them in the right order so that it corresponded with the swatch card. But the plastic film lids on top overlapped each other, and because they're quite thick and stiff, they sort of held each other down, so it was easy just to remove them all. But they don't overlap without the peel-off lids, so it's easy to get them in and out after they've all been removed. The cups themselves are very sturdy, so you could reuse them for other art projects or to mix paint in. Unfortunately, they're probably more likely to be thrown out, but in theory they should be recyclable. You can buy refills, but it seems like only the single cups. The twin cups don't seem to be available anywhere that I've found it anyway. The parent company, which I believe is Mia, make 100ml refill pouch of all the colours, but it would depend on how much you planned on using and how often as to whether that would be practical or not. I noticed while I was peeling the lids off that some of them have an expiry date on the top while others didn't. So I assume that whatever pigments used in those particular ones don't last a very long time, but I'm not sure how it would behave when it expires. Would it separate or dry out or smell bad? I'm not really sure, but I guess I will find out in 2028. Pretty much all of the paints had separated to some degree, so I had to mix them all before I could use them, which did take a couple of minutes, but that's no big deal. Although there is a swatch card on the inside of the pack as well as on the outer label, this only gives a general indication of the colour, so I always like to do my own swatches with any art supply, be it paint or pens or pencils, whatever, and then it's just something that you can refer back to so you know exactly what it will look like on paper in reality. I'm just doing this on an A4 sheet of cartridge paper, and I'm not watering down the colours at all so that I can see them fully concentrated. I got the set on sale at Hobbycraft for £22. At the moment that's about $29. Apparently the original price was £30, which is around $40. Everywhere else it was around the £25 to £30 mark, but Amazon did have it at just under £20 for Prime members at the moment. It was quite hard to do a price comparison on this, as there are a lot of colours, but a pretty small amount of each, only 12 grams. And again, that's quite hard to compare to other brands because everything else sort of measures it in millilitres rather than grams, and there just aren't really many other sets out there like this one. Winsor & Newton basic set of 10 gouache colours is around £20, around $26, $27 at the moment, whereas their designer set of 6 colours is about 25, so around $33 US. Daler-Rowney have a basic set of 24 for about £15, while their designer sets are around £30 to £40. Caran d'Ache is the only other brand I've seen with a gouache in a pan rather than a tube, and I've never used them, but they look closer to a solid watercolour pan that you add water to activate, rather than the jelly-like consistency of the HIMI one. But that set was around £35 for 15 colours. So this set does seem a fairly reasonable price for such a wide range of colours, even if you don't get a lot of each one. It's also interesting to see that there really isn't anything else like this on the market. Everything else is either in tubes or in solid paint pans. There are a few knockoffs available on Temu, but they were very cheap and probably best avoided. I found the selection of colours in this set actually pretty good. I decided to go with this one rather than a set that only had the single cups in it, just because I am someone who really hates mixing colours. So if I'm already given colours, that's great. It just speeds everything up for me personally. I don't know how often I was going to use it, so actually having a smaller amount of that paint that I can maybe use up a bit more quickly is probably a good idea, rather than having a ton of paint that I end up not really using very often. I found the colours all pretty vibrant, quite rich. The consistency varied quite a lot. Some of the colours were very loose, very thin, mostly those on the sort of red and orange spectrum, while those in the blue and green spectrums were a lot thicker. As you might expect, the thinner of the paints were a little less opaque than the thick ones, but I didn't feel that there were any that were really bad. All of them gave quite a decent coverage. I didn't actually need to water any of them down to paint the little swatches, which meant they're all thin enough to use straight out of the pan to a degree, but you get greater control with a small amount of water added. But of course, the more water you add, the more you risk losing opacity, but it all depends on the effect that you're looking to create. I wanted to test how the paint looked on different coloured papers, so I got a scrap of brown craft paper and a scrap of black paper and tried a few colours to see how they looked. I did apply them fairly thickly, as I knew if I watered them down they probably wouldn't show up too well, but in their raw form they look pretty good and the colours were still very vibrant. I also wanted to see what they were like when thinned out, and they can create a really nice wash and can perform similarly to watercolours. I tried mixing a few colours together as well, and they did mix really nicely. I found it easy to get the colour I wanted and they had a good consistency. To test out the set, I did a little painting, and I'm following a tutorial from Liz Kiss Studio, and I'll link the video in the description if you want to try it out and check out their channel, as there's lots of other great tutorials on there. This is quite a tricky one for these paints, I think, because it's going from a very dark background to lighter details on top, so the opacity is really put to the test here. One thing I found when I closed the box back up was that the palette covered the paint quite snugly, and I think that helps to stop the paint drying out so quickly, and it helps it to not go everywhere if you're traveling with it. From briefly turning it upside down, I'd found that the thinner colours did leak out and make a bit of a mess, but it would have been a lot worse were the palette not there, and then there was just a larger gap between the lid and the paint. So be warned, don't flip it upside down for too long. I've seen a lot of people online saying that they found the set dried out pretty quickly, and there are countless videos giving tips on how to reactivate dried out HIMI Gouache. Obviously, I've not had it long enough to see how it holds up, but I can believe that it dries out fast by seeing just how quickly it dries out on the palette, sometimes before I'd even finished using the small amount I'd mixed up. So I have a feeling it's going to require some maintenance to keep its jelly-like consistency. You can also get a HIMI moisturising spray that you spray on it before closing it to help it from drying out too much. I'm going to try and put a piece of cling film over the top of it and then clip that down with the lid to see if that helps to keep the moisture in at all. So fingers crossed that helps. But otherwise, I've heard other people say that if on a monthly basis you spray your paints with some distilled water, then that can help it to stop drying out even if you're not using it regularly. Opinions on these jelly gouache paints seem to be very varied. Some people think they are awful and some people really love them. I've used very basic and mid-range gouache paints before, and I would say these are comparable to mid-range paints I've used. I'm happy with how they perform. They're bright and for the most part good opacity. They have good consistency, they can be thinned out a lot if needed, and they mix very nicely. They do seem to dry out quickly, as I mentioned, but you can also get a medium to mix into gouache, which increases the length of time before they dry out while you're still using them. The paintbrushes that it came with were not bad actually. I used them for the most part throughout this painting, but as I got to the slightly more detailed elements, I swapped out to a different brush because it wasn't quite giving me what I needed, but it's probably just because it was a little bit too large and I just needed a smaller tip. I did find towards the end of this painting, as I was mixing a lighter colour for the leaves, that I was struggling to keep them as neat as I wanted because I wasn't adding very much water, because I was finding that more water obviously meant less opacity, and obviously it's a very dark background, so as I mentioned, it was a bit of a test of the paint to see how well it maintained opacity. So I still got the effect that I wanted, but I think the leaves were probably not as detailed as I would have wanted to make them because I didn't thin the paint out enough to get it as neat. But overall, I'm quite pleased with how it turned out actually. As I said at the beginning, I'm not particularly experienced with gouache, so I think the result I got here was actually quite nice. But I will keep on practicing and hopefully make some more improvements in the future. All in all, I think this set is a fair price. I think you get quite a decent amount of paint and a wide variety of colours. I think they'll be great for beginners and also for people like myself who are not super serious painters but like to dabble every now and again. But I really like them, and I can see myself using them for things like greetings cards and journaling particularly. So I hope this video has helped and given you a bit more information about the product. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer. Thank you so much for watching, and consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more arts and crafts and bullet journals. Thanks again, bye!